Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware, beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
Right here. Anyway, how the heck is everyone? Hope you're having a great morning so far. What the heck day is it? It's Tuesday, February, March, April, May, June, and July. No, it's May 19th, 2020. We're having one of those days where we don't know what the hell day it is. So anyway, hope you're faring better than us. How's the morning going so far? Let's see. Oh, we were joined by all the cool people like Charles F. Millhouse and Carl Witzman. Gentlemen, always a pleasure. And Meredith Lawgren, mwah, as always. And let's see. Hello, Sarah. How you doing? And how are you, Carl? Mwah to you. I don't want you to feel left out. And Charles F. Millhouse. Hi, all. Hello, Charles. Good to see you. And Charles will be joining me tonight for Clever Title Pending, along with Cindy Kep. We're going to talk about authoring and publishing and a whole bunch of other stuff. Cindy and Charles have been in this for a bit of the time, and they've got some experience that they'd love to share with you. So please bring your questions tonight to the show that starts at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Time. You don't have anywhere else to be, I'm sure. And Rebecca Minton Westerman. Mwah, Rebecca, how are you this morning? Hope you are doing well. Good to see you. And Meredith Lawgren, good morning, Nevermorians. I've got my coffee and ready to drink heavily. Well, if I can do my part to make people drink heavily, then my job here is done until tomorrow, or at least tonight. Anyway, Meredith, to you. Oh, covfefe. There we go. Beware. That may not be a phone jiggling in your pocket. That's right. It could be me in your pocket. Heaven knows what else I'm doing in there. And good morning to Paul S. Roof. Good morning, Brian and everyone. Good morning to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Carl Witzman, congratulations on the Internet Movie Database entry. You are truly a media giantess now. Well, giantess is what Meredith is into, and we'll talk about that some other evening. But anyway, no, but thank you. I've had that for some time. It lists all but one of a couple of things I've done, a couple fan films, and I've done a couple walk-ons in a couple other films, but they don't have that, the pay version of that IMDb, so I don't get listed in there. But anyway, thank you, Carl. I appreciate your stalking me. That's very kind of you. And good morning, Amy Hale. Mwah. Hope you're doing well this morning, hon. Hope everything's going well for you. And Ted Davies is here. Good morning, sir. And he's brought the covfefe. God bless you, sir, and all that sail within you. And Joshua C. Lyman is here. Josh, hope you're having a good morning, sir. Josh is an incredible artist. He did one of the variant covers for Cat Dad and Supermom recently. And Joshua, we have a rule around here that if you show up, and you are, put in a link to your work. Put in a link to your studio. Let's get some fresh eyes in front of what you do, okay? Anyway, glad you're here. Good to see you, man. And Carl Witzman, where are you, Sarah? Sarah, hiding in a side room? No, she is. She's on one of my Facebook channels. You see this show now, Carl and everyone. Thanks to Meredith, who is a darling. This now not only goes to my profile page on Facebook, but it also goes to the OnCon Network page on Facebook, also the Rising Tide Publications page on Facebook, as well as YouTube. We are now a YouTube giant. And I figure with monetization, all I need now is about 4,030 more subscribers, or 3,999. I need a whole bunch of subscribers, but if I can put 4,000 videos and get everybody to look at them at least once, I think I've done my job. Anyway, I'll figure out this monetization thing. I didn't even know it happened, said Meredith Lawgren, until I did a random Google search of my name. Nice to know I'm recognized for being myself. Well, as Sly and the Family Stone would say, thank you for letting me be myself. Anyway, no, that's cool. That is very, very cool. You are a giantess. You are a giantess among mere guys who pay $2.99 a minute to find out about that sort of thing. And Michaela J. Coming to you live from YouTube. Drink one for me. I'm working the day job. Sweetheart author Michaela J. I'll drink several for you. I'll even go to the bathroom so you don't have to. That's the kind of friend I am. Anyway, check out Michaela Jade, Warrior's Secret, brand new book. It deserves your attention and your money. And Rick Bradley, good morning to you, sir. Hope you are doing well this morning. And who else do we have here? We have Teresa Dunn. Always glad to see you, And Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. Sir, good to see you. Hope you're having a great morning, my friend. And Carl Wisman, this time I was stalking Meredith Walgren. Oh, I thought you meant me. I didn't see that it was not for me. Oh well. Anyway, Sarah, yep, Carl Witzman, I'm hiding in a different side room from my lair. Ooh, oh, look out, folks. And I'll be showing off my sci-fi thriller Retrieve on my YouTube channel this week. The artist, Ted Davies Artistry, he says, and stay tuned. Check that out. I've seen the first two issues of Retrieve. Ted was very gracious enough to give me a sneak peek of that, and wow. There is so much potential there. That I'm loving that setup. I really am, Ted. And Teresa Dunn, goo morning, Brian, and fellow authors. Well, I'm hoping to have a gooey morning myself, but anyway, that's something else. Sarah, I know. So y'all give Teresa a hello there, and good morning, Brian, and fellow authors. That's more like it. Don't set me up for these straight lines, sweetie. And Teresa Dunn has a link to Poetry Expressions. That's her very first book of poetry and an essay. And she's currently writing book 3, and I'm helping prepare book 2 for publication. I'm really looking forward to seeing that come out. And we got a whole bunch of comments popping up now. Luke Stone and Eric Hawkins, gentlemen, good to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. And let's check out some more comments here. Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. Good morning, everyone. Have a wonderful, productive, and blessed day. And you will if you go to TyroneTonyReedJr.com. I guarantee it. And check out his books on Amazon. Tyrone, it is a pleasure as always. Hope you're doing well. I really am. Can't wait to see you again one day once we're let out and roaming free again. Anyway, Luke Stone says, good morning, everyone. How are the Nevermorians? My aspect of it is very fine. We've had a fine breakfast. We actually picked up groceries already and got a whole bunch of stuff done off of my list, set up the show for tonight. And I'm exhausted. No wonder I'm falling asleep in the mid-afternoon. Anyway, Luke, we are doing great. Thank you for asking, and I hope you are doing the same. Give us an update, my friend. And Charles F. Millhouse says, check out Charles F. Millhouse's Facebook group. Oh, wait a second. I need to do this correct, because I've been doing this for everyone else. And Charles, when I do these, y'all are welcome to, cut out me, the ends around this and use this as your own commercial if you would like. So here we go. Check out Charles F. Millhouse's Facebook group, an indie showcase with an awesome interview with Bobby Nash. There's also a special announcement about 2 pulp titans meeting for the first time. That's on Author Millhouse Presents here on Facebook. All right. Hope that helps. Anyway, that was a great interview with Bobby Nash yesterday, and this will not be the last time that Bobby and Charles will be gracing the airwaves here on the Book of Faces, as I can verify. Anyway, more to come. Watch this space. And Rick Bradley says, come and check out Rick Bradley's author page at rbradley42 here on Facebook. He hopes to see you there, where he posts some funny things and updates his upcoming projects. All right. And Eric Hawkins, there we go. Good morning, people. What? Nothing from me, Eric. Good to see you, buddy. Hey, I got my my comics autographed last night, and all we need to do now is get you set up. And I noticed I froze at that moment there. That was pretty good. Sarah just got a screen capture. She just she has taken to finding dorky freeze frames of me, and letting me know how gosh darn sexy I look when I'm. So anyway. Oh, and yes, good man drank. Yeah, we did, Sarah. And there's more to come. I filled up the cup before we got here, so I can do a lot. Eric Hawkins says, The award-winning comic from 2019 you never heard of returns with issue number 2, now on Kickstarter. That's the Zombieful World of Oz number. Last 35.35. That's symmetry with 112 backers with only 8 days to go, and I imagine there'll be 7 in about an hour. So anyway, we've got about a week to get Eric Hawkins over the top. His next stretch goal is at $4,000, and he's going to combine a campaign he's running currently on Indiegogo to supplement this, and at 4,000. There is something locked that I can't read all of. Oh, heck. I think it's like an extra card or something. But anyway, how very cool. And what happened here? All right. And this is weird. I think we might have frozen up. Is anyone having problems right now? Because my broadcast just kind of froze up on the Book of Faces. Let's check this out here, because I'm watching along. Okay, yeah, I was watching along on my iPad, and then all of a sudden I got my logo, and it's like, no, that's not what we want. Okay, there I am. All right, there we go. Okay, it's me checking stuff out, and okay, that's cool. And let me. All right, just have to do a business there, and there we go. Okay, we're back. Anyway, we were checking out Eric Hawkins' Kickstarter campaign, and he's also running a concurrent one on Indiegogo. So if you don't like Kickstarter for whatever reason, go to Indiegogo and support the Zombieful World of Oz. Also, if you like I said, Eric is going to combine the money from both totals. So if he gets another $500 on Indiegogo, he'll combine it with his Kickstarter total, and that next goal is unlocked. The next stretch goal, leaving one more at $5,000. Won't that be cool? The answer is yes, it will be. All right, and let's go there and just this multimedia stuff. Oh, I tell you, it's such a strain. Oh, anyway. Thanks for your patience, folks. And Rebecca Westerman, what's your YouTube channel, Brian K. Morris? Well, I'm glad you asked that, Rebecca. It looks vaguely like this. And let me take down your comment there for just a moment. That is where you will find my YouTube goodness. I ought to promote that more often. I would love to have 100 subscribers by the end of the month. Hey, I'd love to have 100 subscribers by the end of the week, but I appreciate your asking. So please sign up for the YouTube channel. We are going to be populating it fairly soon with some instructional videos with any luck and other cool things that you will enjoy. And anyway, thank you for asking, Rebecca. And I'm sorry, I'm really sorry that Imaginarium's not happening, except for like the virtual version of it. But there's always next year, Rebecca. Anyway, very nice for promoting yourself, Teresa Dunn. Yes, and Harley Slavic has joined us. Greetings. Hope everyone is well. We are, sir. Hope you are as well. And I just got a shipping notification from UPS. Guess what's going to be here today? Ooh, I hope it's something. Hope it's something I'll be getting a notification about too soon. I'm excited. That is great. That is very cool. And I just zipped past a bazillion different comments here. So anyway, and Rick. Okay, here we go. Rick Bradley has a website at authorrickbradley.com. He'll be starting a newsletter this very week, so sign up today and keep tabs on him. Somebody needs to. All right. And Nevermind, I think I found it, says Rebecca, because she's clever and she's resourceful. And that's a great, I love that icon. That is you. That is so you. I made that nasty comment about YouTubers and suddenly my Chrome crashed and I lost all my tabs, says Carl Witzman. Carl, you can try going up to history. You see in the upper right-hand corner of Chrome, because that's what I generally use. In the upper right-hand corner underneath the little X, That's the one that looks like this. You'll see 3 dots. Click on that and then go to history. And then you might be able to call up the tabs you have missing. Because I have a tendency to call up about 40 or 50 tabs because I think I'll get around to it. And it doesn't happen. And I wind up crashing my computer repeatedly. So anyway, let's see. What else have we got here? Anyone else show up? All right. Now we're caught up with the showing up. But please, when you do show up on the live shows, please let me know you're here. Please say something so I can greet you. I love seeing that. And if you're watching us on the reruns, first of all, thank you very much. And secondly, be sure to promote yourself in the all of you. Live or rerun, please leave a note about what you do, what you're promoting. Somebody else you think maybe needs a little bit more love that doesn't give them to themselves, or a charity that's close to your heart, put that in the comments and we'll share it, all right? And Teresa Dunn, thanks, Sarah, very much. And Rick Bradley, there is my YouTube. Thank you, Rick Bradley. Now, one of the reasons I like at least 100 subscribers is not for my fragile ego. It's shattered to pieces anyway, and I don't know what anyone can do to resuscitate it. But anyway, then I will get a YouTube will allow me to have a unique URL that will be easier to remember than me misspelling camouflage. No, I think it was one of those things at the time they would only allow so many letters, and camouflage was the name of a character I was playing in a role-playing game at the time, and 61821 happened to be my zip code when I lived in Champaign, Illinois. All right, but we have other things to talk about, other people to do, and we are going to talk about, and to Mr. Brian Rhodes. Good morning, friends, he says, and we can say good morning, our friend Brian. Hope you are doing well. And Sarah is saying Teresa's most welcome, as she is, as are all of you. I'm glad you're here. Eric Hawkins says, my graphics card came in yesterday, and my new PC is up and running at lightning speed. No more Photoshop lag. Oh, great. That's cool. Good. I can put you to work. This is awesome. Anyway. And Eric's going, like hell you can. And Teresa Dunn, going to the chiropractor and get put back together again this morning. I didn't know you were shattered. Poor girl. I hope it's not serious. And Harley Slavic says, here's the link to our YouTube channel. If you want to know what is going on with my business, then press that subscribe button and smash that that thumbs up. That's what they're saying now. Smash that thing. It's so violent. Anyway, check out Harley Slavic's YouTube channel, okay? And Eric Hawkins says, my new profile pic is from my wedding 8 years today. Well, Eric, that's cool. Happy anniversary to you, brother. I'm serious, man. That's beautiful. I mean, there's so many couples that don't make it that far. That is definitely kind of a salute to your perseverance, and actually more to your wife's. But anyway, congratulations, Eric, and I hope you guys have something special planned for your celebration today. And this Friday at 7 p.m., the Comics Noob is sitting in with Luke Stone, Chuck Pinault, and Brian K. Morris. The topic is pitching a story to an editor, and she's got 2 more open seats. All right, well, I better make sure I know that that's on at 7. 7. All right. Comics. The Comic Noob. All right. Excellent. I knew I had to write it down. I forgot. I was going to rely on my No, we know that we need a little fuel. Yeah. I was relying on my memory, and I kept telling myself, I need to write that down. And then I have a couple days a week where I just blank out on what day of the week it is. Now, today I know it's Tuesday because I've got tonight a clever title pending at 8 p.m. with Charles F. Millhouse and Cindy Kapp, and it's going to be a lively conversation, and I do expect y'all to bring some really cool questions. And Sarah says, you're not frozen here? Okay, thank you, Sarah. It could be that it was just my local internet playing games. And I can see you. Hi, Rebecca. Miss you. All right. So good to see you. I'm really glad you're here. And you froze for a second, but you are better now. Well, this thing can happen any time, and, you just can't control how the internet is going to treat you. So, this show could at any time. So, it just happens all the time. So, you froze for a second, but it's good now. It's one of those things where I was looking at my iPad. I keep my iPad under here so I can tell who shows up. Like Bradley Bunkowski. Glad to have you here, Bradley. Hope you're having a good morning. And Jackie Mueller. Mwah. Hope all is well for you down in the sunny state of Florida. Hope you're staying safe down there. But yeah, it could be one of those things where, like, being on stage, where somebody misses their line by just a second, their timing is off, and you feel like an hour is going by. You're like hyper. There is a thing called hyper awareness. Like police have it when they investigate a crime scene. All their senses are going, and like I'm so focused on making this show as minimally screwed up as possible. We're still working towards excellence, but minimally screwed up it will take. All right, and so I saw my screen freeze and it was doing that little circly thing in the center of it. And I thought, oh crap, they cut me off. Facebook won't let me do OBS properly. And now they're going to screw up the StreamYard for me. Thanks for nothing, Facebook. But, and anyway, I also want everyone to start a petition to allow me to put a fez on my avatar on Facebook. I feel that more than COVID-19, more than imminent nuclear destruction, this is a really important issue. I think that my fez should be on my avatar, and I'm sure that every right-thinking person in the free world and otherwise agrees with me completely. And I see you in no problems. Well, if you see me, there's going to be a problem, Rick, probably. It follows me like ants follow a big pile of sugar walking around, which really you don't see happening often. Sugar just doesn't take off on its own. It usually has to be carried in something, because otherwise you leak it all over. Maybe that's what the ants are following, and not just this. But anyway, getting back to your comments, you are good. Well, Ted Davies, I'm glad you think so. It's about time somebody thought I was. And Facebook has been freezing, but you're okay now. Well, Meredith, I'm glad to hear that. That's kind of a joke between me and Meredith. Yeah, what is it? A couple weeks ago, it was a couple weeks ago. Meredith and I were on a show, and I think Luke Stone was with us. We were on a show with Rob Anderson and on the Oncon channel, and Rob kept freezing up, and we're all like looking at each other like, "What the hell's going on?" And finally, he did it once too often, so Meredith went, because that was the position Rob was in, and so he comes back out of the freeze, and we're all like that, and he's like, what's wrong with those people? Anyway, on Facebook, streaming 5, even on my garbage internet. Well, Rebecca, I'm glad to hear it. Rebecca, I will say, not that I'm trying to get people off of Facebook here. He said get people off. What really I have found from watching other shows is that you get my feed faster on Facebook, and the sound is usually better, and the picture's just slightly better too. So if you want to follow me on Facebook, Rebecca, I would love you forever, and probably do anyway, but it would be just something extra. And if you could subscribe, that'd make me happy. It would chase the blues away, if even for a little while. And Eric Hawkins, Indiegogo will launch the day the Kickstarter ends, and yes, I will combine the totals to unlock more free swag. That's the best kind. And there we go. And see, we got people shot right past all the comments again, because I'm an idiot. And Meredith Logren says, I should just watch from YouTube. The Book of Faces always freezes up. Yeah, I more often than not, I'm starting to watch a lot more of the shows I like on Facebook, on the other place, YouTube. So please look for me. You can do a search for Brian K. Morris, and I will pop up. You will look for not the image you see normally with the fez, but it's kind of me kind of lounging back fezless. So you get the view of me few people get to see, and that's the top of my shiny head. Anyway, let's see. Here we go. False? Okay. Okay, hold on. Wade Iliff, we're glad to have you here. I was seeing some of the comments that are coming. I haven't gotten to yet, but I'm going to work to catch up. And Wade Iliff, glad to see you, as well as Bill Sarn and Bobby Nash. Gentlemen, good to see you all. Hope you're having a great morning so far. Ted Davies says, thank you for all you do. Oh, thank you, Ted, for all you do. And when you go to my page and subscribe, Thank you. Go to Ted Davies Artistry. Look that up. And Ted, put in a link for yourself, please. I would feel better if you did. And please sign up for Ted's page, too, and be notified of his amazing videos, too. And hashtag keep Cookie home. Thank you, brother. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, Cookie is off to work this morning, so I have no adult supervision. And Paul Ruff says, just wondering if you were checking YouTube because I put up 2 comments 5 minutes ago. I didn't see them. I don't see them here. Nope. Oh, wait a second. I do see one. That was my bad. And if you can't tell by the little name change, I am supporting Rob Anderson's movement on the indie side. Oh, I didn't notice that. Very cute. Very clever. Yes, Rob is no longer calling himself the indie devil. He is now the indie devil because he thinks it's indie. So anyway, I skipped a whole bunch of stuff, didn't I? I am so sorry. Hold on. And okay, we got Amy Hale, and this missed a whole bunch of stuff, and I apologize. I didn't know. Okay, she Google baited there, and let's see. And this time you're stalking Meredith. Okay, I did get some. And tally ho, says Rebecca. Yay! All right, is that the only thing I need to go back and look for? And good morning to you again, Paul S. Ruth. That's the problem. I go through these so fast, I am likely to skip some people. And this is one problem that I had talked about long ago, in that the more people that come onto the show, I am very likely to miss comments. All right. And so, a lot of people say, boy, I hope you get a lot more people. But, this is going to happen more often. And, as we get more people, and I will say that the last couple of weeks, these shows have been picking up people. So it's going to happen. And what will probably happen is I may have to skip some comments. And if I miss you, then I'm sorry. But, I also get a number of people that say, well, why haven't you read my thing yet, Brian? You're still lagging behind. Well, it's because I am trying to read everyone's. And so I am asking for a little bit of understanding, and most of you are pretty good about it. But in the future, if I miss a comment, we may get to a point where I have to miss comments in order to keep this show moving. Let's see. So anyway, just give me a heads up. Brian, says Carl Witzman, you assume that I'd want to actually see my browser history. Not even the NSA wants to see that. Yeah, I should set up something in my computer where my browser history dies if I don't check in like once a day. It's like just in case. Oh man. You think the dino porn is bad, I'm telling you. And I found everyone. Curse you, Facebook and Red Baron. Well, Bill's found me on the YouTube thing there. I'm glad to see you, Bill. Hope your morning's going well. Harley Slavic, if you want to order an Xbox One console for $399.99, send an email to harleyslavic@gmail.com to order. Also works as a 4K player. Ooh, that's good news. And what? Is Luke Stone going to fondle Brian's huge package too? I might be jelly, but I trust and believe my package is bigger. Well, Meredith, that puts a whole new spin on our friendship if your package is bigger than mine. And Luke is now going, wait a minute, do these two remember what I do for a day job? And the answer is yes, but we don't care. Anyway. But seriously, well, Luke had a chance to fondle a moderately sized package from me, but you got the big one, honey. You inspired me to give you everything I've got. Anyway, Amy Hale says, got the sad but not surprising news that Riders on the River has been postponed until next year. I'm not surprised, Amy. I'm sorry to hear that, but I am also not surprised. That's a shame. That's a convention of writers in Peoria, Illinois, and that's a shame. And I think unfortunately we're still going to see more of it, more cancellations of shows. My next one is in July. As things go now, aside from some virtual cons that I may be a part of. Right now, my next convention is July 18th in Perryville, Missouri for Heroes for Kids. And I'm I'm hoping it goes. I'm hoping it happens. I am not confident that it will happen the way things are going, because I even have a convention in November that just canceled about 2 weeks ago. Then after that, be interesting to see if Gen Con's still going. I haven't checked on it. Then after that, I've got perhaps one I might try to get into in August in Ohio. Then I've got a library show, virtual library show, August 15th. And then SilCon is still on September 11th and 12th. We still haven't heard about PenCon, have we? Hopefully that goes off. I really hope so. And then I'm at the Big River Comic Con, October 2nd through the 4th in Hannibal, Missouri. Go to brcchannibal.com for more details. Then the SI Comic Con in Benton, Illinois. Amy, I hope you're still going to that one. That will be on October 10th. And then Kokomo Con, October 17th in Kokomo, Indiana. That's put on by our good friend Sean D. Hilton, the proprietor of Comics Cubed in Kokomo. And by the way, check out Sean's channel, his personal channel, and the Comics Cubed in Kokomo, so that you can get a chance to pre-order some stuff from him. And as things go now, aside from some virtual cons maybe throughout the winter, Kokomo Con is my last show, October 17th. And that's how we have been affected by these dropping of shows. So that's the way it goes. But we see that Sean D. Hilton has joined us. Sean, promote yourself, my brother. And I'm going to be working on that stuff that I told you I'd be working on hopefully the next day or two. Been jammed up with other stuff. Other people to do, said Brian. That's why we say it, Sarah. And Sarah's bladder is going to explode by the end of the show. Anyway, Luke Stone says, Meredith Walgren, I'm sending my package. A lot of people are going to get to see it today. Can't wait to get my hands on that tasty, tasty package, Luke. Thank you. And Luke is like, oh, God, strike this man down. And Harley Slavic says, happy for you both, Eric. Yeah, that is super cool about the Zombie World of Oz passing 3,500 on Kickstarter. Plus, I'm sure he's making some headway on Indigo, or will be on Indiegogo. And plugging the old book of Rebecca Westerman, I Demand It, at Amazon.com. Rising Ash. Ash Donovan has lived for 7. Let me do this right, okay? And like I said, Rebecca, if you want to, you can isolate this segment from the video. If you can download it, or the audio, and use it for your own purposes, because I care. Ash Donovan has lived for 7 years in a fallen world with no memory of her prior life. When she was just 8 years old, an unexplained virus killed off most of humanity. Those left behind became mindless, flesh-eating creatures. Follow Rebecca Minton Westerman on Amazon. The sequel is coming soon. You don't want to miss it. Rising Ash. All right. Hopefully that helps. Anyway, thank you for sharing it. That looks great. I got to check that out. And Paul S. Ruff, hello to all that is in this room. Hello to you, sir. And Rebecca Longren, oh my, a Luke Stone huge package reveal. Now I'm definitely jelly. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. this is sell my clothes, Mom. I'm going to heaven, right, Meredith? Bill Sarton says, I am happy to announce that the artwork of Bill Sarton now has 800 likes. Yes, thank you, Nevermorians. You did it. My thanks and sincere gratitude to everyone who has liked and supports my artwork page. Yeah, check that out, because Bill is going to do a whole bunch of really cool stuff. Special art, discounts on stuff, and he will explain later, I'm sure. Very, very cool. Harley Slavic says 2020 is a bad year. Chuck Norris passes away, and now Depp passes. Most sincere condolences to those who knew them. And yeah, Jackie Mueller says false. Sarah says, I was going to say hyper awareness too, but then you said it. Yep. We share a brain, sometimes scary, no? For me, it's a relief. For you, it must be terrifying. However, talk about not being able to escape my search history. And Harley Slavic says, Chuck isn't dead, says Luke Stone. No, I agree. He is not. He's too tough. He'll beat the hell out of the spirit of death himself, and neither is Depp. Yeah, it sounds like somebody's trolling Chuck and Johnny. Yeah, I think Chuck Norris has died like once a year for the last 8 years. And morning to Bobby Nash. Bobby, good to see you, my friend. Bobby Nash will be joining me and Charles F. Millhouse for an episode of Clever Title pending real soon, yet to be scheduled, because Brian does a lot, too much of this stuff on the fly. But anyway, Bobby, promote yourself, because we are entering hashtag the summer of snow, are we not? Anyway, check out Bobby Nash, his talk with Charles F. Millhouse on the Charles F. Millhouse Presents channel. It was a great interview. Really enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. I hope to see more of that sort of thing, and I will. Okay, we zip past a whole bunch of other comments. Really going to check IMDb, but if I'm wrong, I stand corrected. Harley, yeah. A quick way is just simply get on Google and just search their name. If they have died, those will be the first search results you see. And yeah, I've fallen for that too. And it's gotten to the point where if I see like somebody's died, the first thing I do is check it out, because so many people either say someone has died and they haven't, or they've died several times. I saw somebody, this had to be about 5-6 weeks ago, was mourning the fact that David Bowie had just died. And it's like, no, that was part of this kickoff, literally, of 2017, or was it? I think it was. Bill Sarton says, good morning, everyone. I've been posting on YouTube since Facebook has been funky this morning, but I don't think you're seeing them. Could be, but again, Bill Sarton, I'm getting so many comments here, and as it is, I'm 12 minutes behind on the comments. So if I miss them, you either can repost them or get me next time, but we're just going to have to zip past them, because otherwise people also want to see their comments or have them discussed. And I've had people say, well, I left your show because you didn't get to my comments. So price of fame, I guess, or infamy in my case. I think the internet kills off Chuck Norris at least once a year. Yeah, but Chuck keeps coming back. That's the thing. And here we go, Carl Witzman. Death came for Chuck Norris, but Chuck kicked his ass. That's right, by Jingo. And the Chuck Norris dead thing was a joke. It said after dying from COVID, he recovered and is doing fine, but COVID is in a 14-day quarantine, says Luke Stone. Okay, I can buy that. Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe the current presidential administration ought to be talking to Chuck Norris rather than the CDC. He would save us all. And read it off the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail. Oh man. Accurate reporting and the Daily Mail are not often said in the same sentence, Harley. Sorry. Yes, Chuck is not actually dead. Yeah. The Daily Mail will make up news stories about anything and anyone if they're having a slow news day, or they actually have to get off their butts and research something. But speaking of people that got off their butts to join our show, there's Brandon Wheatley. Always a pleasure to have you here. And William Grand Doc, it's a pleasure, sir. Long time since we talked. Hope you're doing well. Hope Hawaii is okay today. And yes, Chuck is not actually dead. Chuck doesn't show signs of life. That would be a sign of weakness. Anyway, Paul Roof's changing things up on my channel. Check it out and let me know what you think. There is his YouTube channel, and give it a look, all right? And here we go. Bill Sarton says, Bill Sarton is happy to announce that the artwork of Bill Sarton has achieved its goal of 800 likes. Bill Sarton would like to give his thanks and sincere gratitude for everyone who has liked and supported his artwork page. He'll be making announcements on the festivities later this week. That's the artwork of Bill Sarton on Facebook, Sarton Art 76, where everything old is new again. All right, there we go. That should make up for your comments there, I hope. Harley Savick says, Depp isn't dead either. Do not trust the Daily Mail, guys. Learn my lesson there. Yeah, seriously, anymore with so many people trolling Harley, and this is not specifically to you. This is a lesson that we all need to be reminded of. Check out these, check out the information when you get it, especially when you find people that, not trusted news sources. There's so much malarkey out there about COVID-19, about celebrities passing away, that, we all need to be better educated. And I put myself in there too. I'm not saying from my altar that I am the overseer of all that is truthful. Because I get fooled too every now and then. And there are people, you see the notice that they've died, and you think, well, I thought they died years ago. Actually, what it is the Mandela effect, that we are now in a world, we are now in a dimension of alternate reality where Johnny Depp has just died, and so has Chuck Norris. All right. So I'm sorry that they've died again, but that's not the reality I remember. I'm apparently in a parallel dimension now. What are you people doing here? And why aren't you wearing pants? Anyway, and hashtag bring cookie home. Thank you, Bill Sarn. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. And congratulations on your 800 likes. Seriously, man, that is awesome. I know you've worked hard for them. And Indie Creators Unite on YouTube. And Paul S. Roof is going to take you there. You check out his page. He does reviews. So if you've got something you'd like to have reviewed, contact Paul S. Roof at the Indie Creators Unite channel. And, see what he can do for you. Bill Sarn says, hopefully this will be a big night for Luke Stone's Red Talon Kickstarter. Oh, definitely. That is so cool. Yeah, and Red Talon, I've pledged my support to it. So looking forward to the glorious results soon. And thanks for accepting my package, says Ted Davies. Yes, I did. Ted had quite a big package. He wanted me to look at it, and boy, am I glad I got my hands on that thing. Oh, man, you said a mouthful. This week, I hope you enjoy it repeatedly. Yes, I have been enjoying it at least once a day, so I'd enjoy it more, but sometimes I have to rest up. You know what I'm saying? And Luke Stone says, I will be appearing at a comic and expo here in August in Jacksonville. It probably won't be heavily attended, but I don't know, Luke. I have a feeling that if one of these shows finally gets to launch, I think whoever's there is going to be swamped. I think the first show of the year in some area is going to be packed with people just wanting to be at a show. You know, and my convention season started out very, very strong before it ended in early March. I think it was early March was my last show. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, I did BoilerCon in February. Couldn't go to that one. That was the weather. PeoriaCon was in March 7th. And the C.E. Brem Memorial Library on Saturday, March 14th was my final show of the year. And that one, they scrubbed that thing down like a surgical theater. And we had like huge amounts of hand sanitizer around. We weren't under the advisory to wear masks at the time, though. But I think it was the following week, suddenly the shutdowns in various states began. So that was my last... March 14th was my last show, and the way things are going, it may be my last show period of 2020. Anyway, Writers On was the same weekend as Heroes for Kids, so I might be able to make that. Now, Amy, I hope you do. You know I'll be there, and you and John and I and however many parts of your family you want to bring along, you know we are going to party. You know that. We've got to get another picture of Amy's resting bitch face as she's listening to me and John talk. But anyway, Luke Stone says, Bill Sarton, Ken Keller is so close to hitting the 1,000 mark. He's excited. He should be. That's great. That is a super achievement. It really is. And I really admire you guys that have modest Kickstarter goals, and seeing you just blast past them makes me happy. So yeah, definitely, folks, check out the Red Talon Kickstarter campaign. It's a good looking book. I am really looking forward to reading that. And ABC now reported Depp has died, apparently. Recent news. Okay, let's check that out. Okay. And let's see. No. He was in a movie called Dead Man, but I am not seeing anything. There is a movie called Dead Man featuring him from 95, but I am seeing nothing about him passing away. Haven't gotten any news on that yet, so we're just gonna have to treat that like it's a rumor. We'll see. We will see about that. Let me get back to StreamYard. I think I'm frozen up again. There we go. Okay. ABC News, though. Okay, maybe it's happening, and it just hasn't hit the rest of the interwebs yet. So anyway, let's refresh this and see if or maybe ABC News is getting their news from the Daily Mail too. It could happen. So anyway, let's get back to while we're waiting for Johnny Depp to die, let's go back to the show. Avatar with a Fez. Check your Facebook message when you get off the air. Ooh, do we have good news? Oh, I hope so. Luke Stone, that was exactly the expression I gave when you made the package comment. I bet. And that was amazing. Glad you liked it, people. Glad you liked it. Oh, and on that note, if you want any PC games, you can send requests to harleyslavic at gmail.com. Yes, you can. Aloha to you, Doc. Hope you're having a great morning. Good to have you here, man. What time is it for you? It's got to be, holy cats, that's got to be like the middle of the night for you, right? I think you're probably about 6 hours or so behind me. Holy cats. Well, anyway, I'm glad you're here, Doc. It's a pleasure to have you. And Paul S. Ruff says, I will be replacing Coffee Chat with Independent Creators Unite News starting this Friday. If you have anything newsworthy about your work, Kickstarters, or anything, please send it to paulsruff1@gmail.com and watch it on that channel there. Where you see the link, please subscribe and give those videos a like because that helps the algorithms. And Google isn't reporting on anything on Johnny Depp yet. Yeah, that's who I just checked. So hard telling. But anyway, what I can tell you is that David M. Salkin is watching us. David, glad to have you here. And Rochelle Lester, mwah, as always, glad to see you. Let's see. And catching up on your comments here. Let's see. All right. And and Carla, and let's see. Here we go. Oh, I'm running behind on comments here on StreamYard. That's interesting. But I'll read off the iPad for a while. How's that? Let's see. Bill Sarn says, I'm watching the show on YouTube and commenting on Facebook so long as it keeps working. Knock on wood. However, the one thing I don't like about YouTube is that it limits the word count in the comments. And you know how infinitely unlimited my ad copy can be. Well, the problem with that, though, is you reach a limit on StreamYard and it will cut you off. And I won't see the rest of it. And I'll have to make shit up. Oh, 7-second delay wasn't working. Okay, now it is. But anyway, yeah, I'll have to make up stuff, and I'm sure you don't want that. And there we go. Oh, here we go. Rebecca Westerman, reporter at large, says, just saw a headline that Johnny Depp died in 2010. Some random YouTuber. Must be legit. I don't know what Amber Heard's been complaining about then. And we just can't trust the internet, period, says Harley Slavic. And here we are, right? And just and now it's double teaming your comments now. This is fun. Let's see. Carl Wisman says, don't believe anything on the internet. Like if someone says Carl's last book was really nice, it wasn't. And Meredith Logren has been building her website. All will be revealed soon. Wiggles eyebrows. I can't wait to see what you want to reveal to me, sweetheart. Anyway, I'm sitting here lost into the very thought of it. And Harley Slavic says, if you have a movie you like but don't own, send a special order request to harleyslavic at gmail.com. And Bill Sarn doesn't see anything on Johnny Depp. And yeah, we're waiting for news on Johnny Depp's demise. So let's see. And Paul S. Ruff is watching on 2 YouTube channels, but learning to comment here on Facebook. So anyway, yeah, things are messed up right now. Okay, I'm finally getting some stuff here. Okay. Trolls. I was about to check out deaths, and I know I'd find out if Depp passed. Yeah, Depp, if Depp died, you would hear about it. All right. And as of right now, Cape Comic-Con is still on for July 10th through the 12th at the Osage Center in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. We are meeting regularly and planning precautions that will allow people to stay safe, but still enjoy the convention. We're incorporating distancing measures and more. It will be a different show than we're used to putting on, but we'll do the best we can to make it a good one. Interesting. Because my weekend just freed up. May have to think about that. And I still haven't talked to Ken yet. I should do that today. So anyway, yeah, so Cape Comic Con is still on. That's cool. That's at cape-con.com. So check it out. Thank you, Brian Rhodes. And did I miss anything else? Let's see. All right. And I think we're caught up. Almost caught up. There we go. And Rick Bradley says, when was the last time you were scared? Have you been looking for your next fright? Then you need to check out Rick Bradley's first published work, The Marble, in the horror anthology, The Nightmare Collective. You can pick that up on Amazon in paperback and digital form. Along with 7 other amazing authors, Rick Bradley will take your mind off this crazy real-world stuff and make you fear again. All right, there we go. Oh, let's see. And yes, okay, now we're getting your comments. Been building the website. Yay! And if you like a movie that you don't own, you know who to talk to there. And Paul S. Roof is rebranding himself, and Bill Sarn isn't reporting anything on Johnny Depp. You are, and Rebecca Westerman says that he died in 2010. That would explain a couple of the movies he made since then. And there is the link with that report about Depp. Still wondering if that is true or not. That doesn't look like, I'm not going to check on that link, but it doesn't look legit because I'm not seeing like abc.com or anything at the, I just took your avatar and updated and tweaked it a bit for you. Oh my gosh, Charles, I will definitely check that out. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. And John B. Pica has just joined us. John B. Pica, glad to have you here as always, sir. Please check out the work of John B. Pica. I know he's going to post it soon. Don't forget the Impossibilists. You won't forget the Impossibilists once you see them. Hope you're having a good morning so far, John. We are trying to verify, is Johnny Depp dead? Is Chuck Norris dead? Am I dead? I'm hard to tell. Anyway, but the thing is, maybe I'll be like Doctor Who and I'll regenerate. Or in my case, more likely degenerate. Rick Bradley says Brian's story in the Nightmare Collective is great as well. Young love and summoning go hand in hand. Thank you. Thank you for that, Rick. I appreciate that, brother. And hey, guys, late this morning, been a little isolated. I had a near-death accident on Sunday. I saw that you were in some sort of a traffic accident. John, give us an update. I hope you're doing well. Oh, and speaking of doing well, Red Talon, the Kickstarter campaign on for Red Talon Book 1 and 2 has broke $1,000. Excellent, Luke. Congratulations to Ken Keller. That is so cool. That is so cool. And apologies for the confusion, guys. Harley, it's okay, man. You know, that's what we're here for, to verify stuff, okay? But anyway, please congratulate Ken Keller and his success on raising money to get Red Talon 1 and 2 out into your hands. That is great. But yeah, Harley, and I'm almost caught up, so I'm going to indulge a moment here. So yeah, that's the problem with the internet. We can't take anything at face value on it anymore. Like I said, when I see somebody prominent has died, I always check it out. And I try. Ben Bradley, if you ever saw the movie or read the book All the President's Men, always insisted that his reporters have at least 2 solid sources for any news item. And that's not a bad thing to do in life. Unfortunately, so many clickbait sites or fake news sites are out there just to get the clicks and to just get your a lot of it, particularly in reporting news from either politics or comic books and all that stuff, or people are pushing their agenda, and so we've all got to be smarter consumers of news. John B. Pica says, I hope Johnny Depp is still alive. I want him to play me in the League of Impossibilists movie. Well, I think that would be, I think that's pretty accurate. Yeah, Johnny Depp playing you. All right. I wanted Charles Lane. But anyway, and congrats, Ken. Yes, Ken Keller, way to go, man. And huzzah for Ken Keller and Red Talon. Yes, and thank you to all the Nevermorians who pledged to that campaign. And if it's still going, you can still get aboard the Red Talon flagship here and give him a little love. Even $1 will help. And share his message. Share it on Facebook and let other people see the cool people you hang out with. And yes, there is already a studio interested. Well, good work, John. That's what I like to hear. Excellent. And you can find out more at johnpica.com. And the Impossibilist, or rather impossibilist.com. Check out these links. Check out all the links that you see on the show, because you guys are up to some really cool stuff, and the world needs to know what you're doing. And speaking of cool stuff, and so you got a twofer there. News on the Skyman book, and thank you to everyone who's bought that so far. And the Impossibilist, kept that up there. I'm so bad about taking these comments down, but that's okay. Paulus Ruff, Brian, can you call me after the show? I need to talk to you about StreamYard. Okay. Yeah, actually go to StreamYard.com. It is pretty cool. In fact, I will take this moment to talk to everyone about it. StreamYard is our new platform here. StreamYard is a website that allows you to put your shows up on multiple platforms. Now there are conditions, of course. Like a lot of websites, there is a free version, a pay version, and a pay version. And I am part of a network here with Rob Anderson and Meredith Logren. Actually, not in that order, but you know what I mean. Love you, Meredith. But anyway, the thing is, what this does is allow you to create, graphics and crawls very easily, and to put up videos and such. There's a less steep learning curve than there is with, say, trying to coordinate OBS with, which is a program that can go into your computer. And there's certain aspects of this that are not as robust as what OBS can do. But by the same token, like I said, the learning curve is a lot less steep. So, and if you have somebody like Meredith Logren, who, God bless you, Meredith, who set up all this stuff for me to the point where I'm virtually terrified to try to touch anything, because I know what happens. So anyway, but it is. I will try to call you sometime after the show. Cookie just came in. She only got 2 hours at work today. Oh, we're gonna have to console her. Anyway, is Johnny Depp really dead? Asks Bill Sarden. Where's Woodstein when you need them? Someone needs to find out from Deep Throat. Insert inappropriate pun here. Why are you looking at me? Well, it's kind of like the old joke I used to hear. Speaking of that, infamous whistleblower. That was the reason that Richard Nixon saw that same movie 14 times. He's just trying to get it down pat. Anyway, go ahead and drink, Sarah. The show's gone to hell. But we'll be on you're welcome, Paul. You're very welcome. But no, we'll be a little bit better behaved tonight, hopefully. Let's hide this for a moment, because we're going to talk about clever title pending tonight. We are going to have two special guests on tonight, Cindy Kep and Charles F. Millhouse, and they are going to talk about their career in writing and in self-publishing and being published by others. And it's going to be a real fun show. We hope that you'll enjoy it tonight at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Time here on the same channel. Whatever one you're watching this show on, you're going to see Clever Title Pending tonight. Also, we are sharing that program on the Big Rivers City Comic-Con channel here on the Book of Faces. So please check it out. Harley Slavic, thank you for letting me interrupt you here. In Texas, how do you go about setting up a movie theater business legally? The Movie House Cinema is one I want to start. I plan on showing movies on analog formats only, film reels and VHS, primarily VHS tapes, as you can reset them quicker for the next showing. I have no clue, to be honest with you, without doing research on it. Now, if somebody happens to know, please send Harley a link that he can investigate it with. Otherwise, what if you called somebody in the next town, say talk to the manager there, and ask them how one sets one up? Now, the one thing with VHS tapes is picture quality. The one advantage to digital right now, Harley, is that digital is in most cases far superior to VHS images. I remember when VHS was just really taking off in the 80s, having surpassed the Betamax format at the time, that I went to a couple theaters where they ran VHS movies, and the difference between 70 millimeter or 35 millimeter film was incredibly noticeable between that and VHS broadcasting. Um, and the thing is, if you want to run old films, that's one thing. Trying to get more recent films, my understanding is a lot of studios don't mess with film anymore. That is why the Kodak Corporation a few years ago stopped producing film stock, because the studio said, we're just going to distribute digitally now. And it just got to the point where you know Kodak did bring it back, because some filmmakers still prefer working with film, the film stock. So they started producing it a couple of years ago again. But anyway, I would talk to another theater. That would be the thing I would do. John B. Pica says Johnny Depp could be a Disney animatronic. It's plausible. It would explain a few things. That could be. I still say we're in an alternate reality where Johnny Depp just died today. Okay. Along with Chuck Norris, but Chuck Norris came back. And Better Behaved, you know better than that. Yeah, it's true, Rick Bradley. Remember who I'm talking to, remember who's talking, right? And looking forward to Clever Title Pending. Questions will arise. Sarah, I'm counting on you. And this will be a glorious opportunity with two successful writers, and you can interrogate them. It will be fun. And Michaela Jade says, I'm hoping to watch Clever Title Pending tonight. It looks like fun. Yeah, Michaela, we are switching to a new format with the interviews, and maybe one of these times, if you're willing, we'll have you on. And some nights will be a theme, and we're going to call some people in to help us discuss that, with your help, of course, you, the viewer. And one of the things, probably our first subject will be imposter syndrome. And we'll be checking that out. But yeah, we've got tonight will be Cindy Kep and Charles F. Millhouse. Next Tuesday will be is yet to be firmed up, but Tuesday, June 2nd, we're gonna kick off the month of June with a full show with Amy Hale. Amy has volunteered to be on our show, and she's going to bring her wealth of experience with her. And hopefully we'll get her tanked up. Maybe we both need to drink that night. That'll be the night I'll pull out a bottle of wine or the Kraken, and we'll just get hammered beforehand. It'll be like Carl Witzman's running the show. So you never know. And we are also working on another show. It'll be a 3-way interview with Charles F. Millhouse and Bobby Nash and myself, and just a whole lot of fun. So we are embracing the interview format, and hope you're enjoying it too, and hope you get a lot out of it too. Harley, you are going to have a hard time. You're going to have a hard time finding movies on film reel, says John B. Pica. Yeah, John, would I be correct in thinking that a lot of those might be in the hands of collectors now? It might be. It's not a horrible idea, but it could be a tough sell too. So and I'm working on editing the audio from last week's Clever Title Pending with Teresa Dunn and Rick Bradley. It should be up on podcast.geekinsider.com later today, and iHeartRadio by tomorrow. Tune in and subscribe, says Meredith Logren, who is my goddess here. Oh, thank you, Meredith. That is good news. So, folks, you're going to get heard on a wider platform. So if anyone is hesitating coming on my show when I ask you, consider the mileage you're going to get from this. Anyway, thank you, Meredith. Thank you so much. She is. I am so proud to be part of the Geek Insider Network here. I really am. All right, and John B. Pica, Turner and others have restored and converted almost all of the classic films to digital because film crumbles into dust, or worse, actually, it can actually turn into an explosive. And I'm not, yeah, some of it does crumble into film, into dust, but the fact is also a great number of things. If film is left unattended and unchecked, the chemicals basically leach out of the the physical film and create an explosive. It's called nitro film. I'm not joking when I say that. When I was probably about 9 or 10 years old, the small town I lived in had a theater that had not been used since probably the mid 40s at the time. So it'd been closed about 20 years. And the owners of the building went in and found a stack of film reels and basically opened one up and saw basically the metal reel swimming in a sea of chemical. And the owner was smart enough to know what was going on. He immediately called the police and the fire department, who then cordoned off the entire block. And we were told at the time that there were several reels in that state that had to be disposed of carefully because it literally could have gone off. And if it had done so, it probably would have taken the better part of the block with it. So, that stuff is dangerous after a certain point, and converting it to digital is the best thing you can do. But Harley, I say follow your dreams. Seriously, man. There are probably people out there, like vinyl. For how many years you couldn't find vinyl to save your life. And now vinyl is actually last I heard, was making a comeback and was threatening to catch up to DVDs, or not DVDs, but CDs, that because of the warmer sound, I guess, you get from them. I can't tell much difference, but my ear isn't trained for that sort of thing. But yeah, seriously, some of that film might be in the hands of private collectors. You might be able to find them and work out a deal. Who knows? Harley Slavic says, I would connect the VCR to a 4K upscaler. I just want to show whatever films people want to see. That could, Harley Slavic says, that's not legal, says John B. Pica. Yeah, that's a good point. I do know from a friend who used to work for Paramount that unless it's in public domain, which it is possible, if you are, running certain films without paying the price for them, you will pay the price. The film companies take a dim view of it. So check with an attorney. Might be the best thing to do, Harley, especially since you're looking at opening up a business of your own. And no NC-17 films, though. I refuse to show those. Well, that's good. And it's good to have a place where people can have a place where it's safe to take the kids and have a family night out. And John B. Pica, I would contact studios to get the rights first, so that way I could do it legally. Excellent. Good man. Good man. And clever title pending versus booze. And Amy, I have a feeling on our night the booze will win. Actually, the viewers will win because both of us will be sloshed out of our minds. And thank you, Meredith, says Rick Bradley. Yeah, thank you, Meredith. We love you. We do. Charles F. Millhouse says, I worked for a movie theater for many years, and I have tons of movie trailers on film from Commando to The Lord of the Rings. Oh, man, that's cool. I love looking at old trailers. Those are so much fun. And John Pica has an awesome avatar. Love the look. Yes, I have random thoughts that I type out in comments, says Sarah. Yeah, just that direct link from the brain to the fingers. I understand that. And bypass the filters. That's why I love you, Sarah. I love that out of you. I really do. And Harley Slavic says, show them legally that way. Yep, that's the way to. Legal is good. And nitrate film explodes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And can be catastrophic. So that's another reason not to handle that stuff. Charles F. Millhouse, the old arc welding projectors back in the day would and did spark many fires over the years. Yeah. And how many people remember growing up who are of that vintage, remembering a film that might have slipped its sprockets and got stuck in the inside the projector next to the lamp, the bulb, and suddenly starts melting? I remember seeing it many a time, especially back in grade school. Harley Slavic says some studios send film for older movies to theaters as they understand that theaters can't always afford digital projectors. Well, that's true. I remember reading a number of years ago that there were still some places that had digital projectors, but a lot of them are gone now because they, especially if they're doing current films, because the studios still control that. Paul Ruff, one good thing about being a homesteader is fresh eggs every morning. Oh, man, that does sound good. And Adrian Johnson, good morning, Brian and friends. Good morning to you, Adrian. Hope you're having a good morning so far. And Mary Dumas, I saw you sneak in there. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. And are we caught up again the second time? And it only took an hour and 10 minutes. I am doing good. Film melting in the projector happened to me a few times. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't handle much film when we had our AV clubs and everything, but I never was part of that. I just didn't want to mess with it because I could just see destroying a film, and who'd get blamed because it's Brian's fault. Hashtag it's Brian's fault. But while we're here, and I've got you here, folks, we're also on. I got to get better at this, I tell you. Anyway, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are broadcasting also on there, both Nevermind the Furthermore and Clever Title Pending. And we'd like to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the month, because then we will get a brand new special URL that we will make easier to locate our shows. And also we are going to be doing some new material. Hopefully soon we will start producing some videos, some instructional videos for creators of all kinds on marketing and doing things on the cheap. It will be a lot of fun. And because we are going to bring our usual level of snark to the proceedings. So please join us on YouTube. Please subscribe and give those videos, smash those like buttons. We're not responsible for any damage that occurs, but hey, that's the way it goes. Anyway, we're back. And we have more comments. Sarah says, time has no meaning when we get talking. Can't believe it's been over an hour already. Wow. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, once I get going on here, like I was vaccinated with a phonograph needle, and next thing I know, it's like a couple hours later, and it's lunch, and I'm hungry, and I don't know why. I was watching Oz the Great and Powerful, and the film screeched and began to melt, and they had to remove and resplice the film, says Harley Slavic. Yeah. That's why I think a lot of people got trained to watch the film when it first came out, because if they ran that thing hot and heavy over a weekend, you see little jump cuts in there that weren't intended by the director. So anyway, we've talked about film this morning. We've had all kinds of conversations about stuff, and which leads me to wonder if I can get another commercial in here. Can I? All right, and we're back, and we've got more comments here. Let's see. Meredith says, speaking of my new website, I'm building out a friends page. Nevermorians are welcome. And she needs your profile picture or logo and one link. It could be to your Facebook, your store, your website. Also, check out Geek Insider if you want to see all my various links, because Meredith very kindly put me up on there because she's awesome. And Rick Bradley, I remember watching Galaxy Quest and the same thing happened. Yes, and here she is, Cindy Cat. Well, hello there. Mwah. Well, hello, nurse. Anyway, no, she's not a nurse. She's a teacher. Anyway, Cindy, we're glad you're here. Cindy will be on Clever Title Pending tonight at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Time, and she's going to be joining Charles F. Millhouse and myself, and we're going to talk about all things authorly, so please, please, please bring your questions. This is the best chance for you to get them answered. And we are and good morning, Cindy from Meredith Laughlin. We all agree. Mwah. Good morning, Cindy. Hope your morning's going well. And Ken Keller says, thank you to Bill Sarn. Well, Ken, congratulations on passing the 1K mark on your Kickstarter. Well done, man. Well done. Can't wait to see the glorious results soon. And Harley Slavic says there is his company YouTube channel. Check that out for all things Harley Slavic. And Paul Esroff, the more people that watches Brian on YouTube, the faster he will be promoted. Right now I'm just a buck private right now, but I could stand to be a colonel soon. So anyway, 100 subscribes would be more than welcome. Seriously. And hi, Ken. Congratulations on reaching $1,000 with Red Talon 1 and 2. I'm so proud of you, man. You take a victory lap, man. Take a victory lap. You have earned it, my friend. And how many days are left on this? Is it did the Kickstarter conclude, or are you still looking for more? And scratching your head over stretch goals. Cindy Cap, where to get your copy of Bachelor's Grove? You go right down there to Smashwords, and you'll find a copy there. Also on Amazon. Thank you, Cindy Cap. I love you. All right, I take you're on break right now. Hope your morning is going well, and hope you're looking forward to tonight, because I'm looking forward to tonight. It's going to be a fun time. And I've got a message from you, Cindy. We'll check it out as soon as we're off the air. And let's see. We're checking also. Is Johnny Depp dead? Not what I'm seeing so far. Let's go to the news and okay. Johnny Depp shares heartbreaking painting of his dead dog Moo. Whatever. And that's all I'm seeing so far under Google about potentially Johnny Depp being dead. And we're going to refresh that and make sure, yep, he's still alive. He is still alive. And let's see, that's not what I meant to hit. I meant to hit this one so I can see what you all are doing. So anyway, thank you, Cindy Cap. I appreciate that. And we got new comments. Let's check them out. All right, and there we go. And John B. Pica says, Meredith Logren, tell me more. PM me, please. Definitely. Get to know Meredith Logren. She's awesome. She really is. And Brian Hawkins, good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you here as always. Or go to Amazon, where Cindy Cap will lead you to where you can find not only my book based on the legends around Bachelor's Grove Cemetery in Midlothian, Illinois, outside of Chicago, but also my other works as well. Thank you, Cindy. I mean it. Thank you. And go Ken, says Cindy. Go Ken, says Cindy. And tonight on the CW is the new Stargirl series, says Bill Sarton. But I'm going to watch it tomorrow night on the free CW app. So am I. Tonight I plan to join Brian, Cindy, Charles, and the rest of the Pendarians on Clever Title Pending. Hashtag priorities. Good man. You are a right-thinking American, young man. I'm proud of you for making the right choice. All right. Yeah, because tonight we will be Clever Title Pending with Cindy Cap and Charles F. Milhouse, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun because these guys have plenty to share, plenty of insight. So if you like taking notes, I'd say tonight, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, probably going to be the best hour or two of your day. You're going to burn up your pen that way. So, and we got more comments coming in. And break time, says Cindy Cap. This is where Cindy puts down that piece of cardboard and then starts spinning on her back. Not that kind of breaking. Okay. Anyway, glad we got that cleared up, Cindy. I was looking forward to it, though. Anyway, hey, gang, says John B. Pica. Okay, let me do this right for you. All right. Okay. John B. Pica says, hey, gang, there are still 4 free audiobook download codes for his very first out-of-print book, Tales from the Flip Side. You can get it there at freeaudiobookcodes.com. Check it out. Check out the work of John B. Pica. You love his videos. You love his cosplay. You are going to love his book, I am sure. I'll have to go there myself. And I'm searching Google. Johnny is still with us. This is probably going to be like the early Saturday Night Live. Remember, Francisco Franco is still dead. Except this time, Johnny Depp is still alive. So anyway, Rick Bradley, if Johnny Depp was dead, that would be one more seal broken holding off the apocalypse. Yeah, seriously. Johnny Depp must not die for all of our sakes. I'm not ready to deal with the end of times yet. And I'm looking forward to that series too, says John B. Pica. Oh, yeah. And that's going to be, if you're talking about Stargirl, I think it's going to be cool. And comic creator Jeff Johns is heavily involved in the new TV series. So I think we're going to see as accurate a comic book TV show as we can hope to get. Harley Slavic said, I would show public domain films to raise money to be able to afford the license to show movies in the theater. Would show the very first Spider-Man film in the theater. Would also be able to show movies direct releases to VHS and not on any other format. Once I get the rights to show them, of course. I worked in the theater biz as an usher, so I have some experience. Well, good. Now, are they still making VHS films of current releases? I think that's an interesting question. It's like, it's funny because I know some musical groups have been putting out 8-track tapes. Who remembers 8-track tapes, right? Other than me. I know Bare Naked Ladies put out some 8-track tapes a few years ago of some of their current albums, which is great marketing. And I hear occasionally you can still get cassettes, regular cassettes. Micro cassettes are expensive, though. They're tough to find now that people are doing digital anymore. Cindy Cap, go to Sarnart76 to check out some fun vintage cartooniness. Definitely there. Also, some great commercials from years past, some amazing watch parties, and you get to watch Bill put together those warm-up sketches, and some of which found their way to Cindy Kep for her swag pile, that if we ever have a show this summer, she'll be handing them out. So anyway, go to Sarnart 76, where everything old is new again. That's the artwork of Bill Sargent. Just passed up 800 people. Congratulations, and thank you, Nevermorians, for putting him over the top. And what did I start, says Harley Slavic? Yes, you may have started the theme to the next 6 months worth of shows. And rumors of Johnny Depp's death were somewhat exaggerated, says Cindy Kep. Dang, you're lied about, I'd say. And Charles F. Millhouse says Johnny Depp is one of my favorite actors. He's a terrific actor. He really is. The only thing I've not enjoyed his acting in was, of all things, 21 Jump Street, the original TV show. I loathed that show, and I thought, what is the big deal about this pretty boy? And then once he left there, I loved virtually everything I've done, even if the movie is stunk. I've liked Johnny Depp in it. That's quite a feat, I think. That takes quite a good actor to make you like it despite the film around him. But I just never liked 21 Jump Street until he left the show. And then it started concentrating on other characters who were far more interesting than Johnny's character. So anyway, Harley Slavic says Bumblebee has a promo VHS release out there. Oh, really? That's interesting. That's cool. And no wonder everybody hoarded toilet paper. There's an awful lot of BS going around, says Michaela Jade. Boy, isn't there, though? And I'm probably contributing my share of it. That's why we're on 5 different channels now. Cindy Kep says Animal Eye, her newest game-lit novel, is moving along the pipeline. It survived editing and cover art generation, and we're on to formatting and blurb writing. As soon as I have shareable stuff, I will share. Well, cool, Cindy, you can give us a progress report tonight, okay? And Cindy Kep, thanks for the book. Excellent. Paul Roof, glad to hear that you got hooked up there. John B. Pica, I was booked as a guest for 12 shows this year. We did 2 in January and February, and now there are only 3 left on the calendar. Yeah, at this point, John, I've got more virtual shows than I've got regular shows, so I understand. I had 8 tracks, says Cindy Kep. I even had a converter for 8 tracks to cassettes. Wow. Yeah, I never owned an 8-track. I went from vinyl that everyone had at the time to reel to reel. I loved reel to reel because the sound quality was amazing. But then the reel to reel recorder I had, you couldn't carry like those 8-inch reels around easily for your music. So I switched to cassettes, and that was my main jam for a number of years. And then, oh God, I was late to get onto CDs. I think my first CD was 1990. I think I bought my first one. I remember what it was. It was the Hermit of Mink Hollow by Todd Rundgren, with a wonderful song called Onomatopoeia. You got to check it out. Cindy, you would like Onomatopoeia. You can find it on YouTube. And there's a wonderful thing where Todd Rundgren was performing with just a little aside. He was performing with an orchestra a few years ago. I don't remember where, but he did Onomatopoeia, and it's basically all the sounds that his heart was making for his girl. And he put on a pair of white gloves and was having to read off the various things as he sang. So, because I couldn't remember that stuff either. And I loved him in Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's right. That's right. He was good on that. The only thing I liked Depp in was The Barber. Can't think of the name of the movie. Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd, right? He was great in Sweeney Todd. Actually, there was not a false note in Sweeney Todd, and especially Sacha Baron Cohen. I like Sacha Baron Cohen without reserve in anything else I see of his, except for his own movies. I saw Borat, and I liked the first 3/4 of it. After that, it just went straight downhill. And what else? There was another one he did that it started out okay and then lost steam immediately with me. But when I see him in things like, Sweeney Todd, he's brilliant. And so is Johnny Depp, I'm sorry he's dead. Anyway, Harley Slimek, some companies still release movies on VHS. Well, that's interesting. I guess I just don't come into the stores I go to. So, Paul, I'm glad I made it. I'm glad you made it too, Cindy. And reel to reel, how old are you? I am ageless, John B. Pica. I'm older than I look and youthful in outlook. I'm hipper than a lot of people a quarter my age. And I'm old enough to be probably everybody's grandpa in here. Maybe I am. Me and Gene Simmons. Harley Slimek, there are also services you can convert digital to film reels. Well, okay, cool. See, we're learning stuff this morning. And A to Z Media also puts films you did onto VHS. Oh, that's cool. Excellent. And yeah, CDs came to the market in 1989. The first album I bought on CD was Manhattan Transfer Brazil, says John B. Pica. Amen, brother. Loves me some Manhattan Transfer. Got to see him in concert one time in Champaign, Illinois. They were in the Assembly Hall, and apparently the air conditioning had completely broken down in the building for some reason. And half their show was, aside from their amazing songs, was them saying, did you ever put air conditioning in here? It's hotter than hell up here. So anyway, Paul Esra forgot about Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, I did too until it was mentioned. And Captain Jack Sparrow rocks. Indeed, says, I agree with Charles F. Milhouse. I have a couple of his albums, John Barrowman's albums. They are terrific, really. And John B. Pica, Sweeney Todd was awesome. Johnny Depp amazes me every time I see him. He's such a versatile actor. He really is. Rick Bradley says the fact that Depp takes the Captain Jack Sparrow outfit around with him and he visits children's hospitals makes me love him a ton. You got to agree with that. He does a lot of paying it forward. Depp is awesome in The Secret Window too. Okay, I haven't seen that. And I had a chance to be Todd on stage, says Harley Slimek, as a freshman in high school, but mom said no. I can see that because Sweeney Todd's quite a heavy play. It really is. I've seen a couple productions of it. I love the play. The music is beautiful. And Cindy kept us out of break time. See you all around. I look funny with corners. I don't know. I think you could rock the corner look, Cindy. I have faith in you. In the meantime, check out the fun stuff at CKOEPP.com. That's where you can sign up for her newsletter, and it is bomb-digalicious, as is Cindy Kep, and you'll see her tonight on Clever Title Pending at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central. Cindy, looking forward to our talk. Look forward to seeing you there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you later tonight. And John B. Pica, I did a jazz workshop with Manhattan Transfer in 1989. Oh, that is so awesome. And Jack Harkness, Sparrow, Charles F. Milhouse corrects himself. Well, both of them are awesome. And breaking news from Rob Anderson. Good morning, Rob. How are you? DC launches surprise new digital-first Deceased series. No print plans announced. Available on digital platforms immediately. Tuesday morning, DC announced the launch of the twice-monthly Deceased, Hope at World End, a 14-chapter limited series by writer Tom Taylor set in the span of the time jump in Deceased number 5 before the fall of Earth. The series leads into the launch of DC's sequel, Deceased Dead Planet. DC's Hope at World End will expand the story of the Auntie, and I'm gotta catch up with that. It broke off. Okay, DC's Dead Planet. DC's Hope at World's End will expand the story of the Anti-Life War, featuring Superman and Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Stephanie Brown, Wally West, Jimmy Olsen, and more, reads DC's official description. And while print editions of Dead Planet number 1 will arrive in comic book shops on June 30th, day and date with its digital release, Hope at World's End appears to be exclusive to digital platforms from now. The publisher did not indicate when or even if the series will be available in print in their announcement. Rob, DC's done a number of digital things where it was available in digital first, like a continuation of the Smallville series. Also Wonder Woman 77 and Batman 66 and similar books of the like. And I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised, Rob. And that's great news. Thank you for sharing it with us. I do know I did read an article in Bleeding Cool yesterday, I think it was, that DC is canceling The Terrifics, which is the last remaining book of an initiative featuring artist-driven books, such as Silencer and Tales of the Unexpected and all. This was the last surviving one. And they are not going to print the book. It might show up in trade paperback, but they're just going to print the last 3 issues on digital. And, which I think makes a lot of sense. It probably has enough people that the digital sales might make it worth it to pay the creative team. And if they can put that in a trade paperback, it just makes that trade all the more enticing. All right. So I understand that. And I could just hear all the retailers kvetching about it now. Well, we weren't selling any Terrifics, but how dare you put it out on digital before we get it? You know what? Retailers like that can read between the lines. Harley Slavic said Christopher Lee did a metal album years ago. Yes, and it's genius. It really is. I love that album. And my first CD I bought was Bugs Bunny on Broadway, says Rick Bradley. Well, you're significantly younger than I am. That could explain it. And Rob Anderson has a link to my Amazon page. Rob, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. And by the way, Rob, I really enjoyed your essay last night on the indie movement. That made a lot of sense, and I hope we can do what we can to make that rock. Paul S. Roof is joining you on that, too. And on Goodreads, there's my link. Thank you, Rob, again. Rob knows I don't pay attention. I don't do enough self-care on here. And Smashwords, there is my profile where you can check out my books on Smashwords if you like the digital stuff. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Rob. And I hope you're doing well this morning, sir. Harley Slavic, I was just honored to have a chance in a lead at a freshman, which almost never happens. That is something. Way to go, Harley. Let's see, and here we go. I have DC titles in stock, says Harley Slavic. Let him know if you want to see what he's got. And let's see, here we go. I just had the thing shoot past me. So, okay, here we go. Rob Anderson. This is, just shot up, so we're backtracking on this. Rob Anderson, the creative indie devil who is a proud comic book advocate who creates independent comics, underground comics about fetish, monsters, and more. Follow him at MrAnderson.com. All right. And Paul is rough. That's because DC is planning not to do any print any longer and going only digital is what I've heard. Paul, I doubt that's going to happen. We are going to have to lose a lot more comic shops before I think. I'm not saying that may not be true, but I've been hearing the same thing since the COVID thing started. I've been hearing the same thing about Marvel, that they're giving up print. I very much doubt it, because print only accounts for, correct me, John and Rob, if I'm wrong, but something like only 15% of all comic sales. And that's not, and comics have become kind of like a niche market to the point where, they can't survive on the 15% that digital generates. Now I can see digital maybe taking a lead, maybe expanding what they do and just doing it via digital, which is what DC was, and Marvel was doing that for a while, that they would release some things in digital and then eventually allow the direct market to have a version. What they might want to, if I were some genius at DC or Marvel, I'd do print on demand. And if a comic shop wanted to carry copies of that, they could download it, and DC would make some money, and the comic shop could print off just exactly what they wanted. Why can't comic shops do print on demand? And Robert Beatty, glad to have you here. I would have bought it too. That would have been great, right? And I hope they just don't go just to digital. Rick, I get it. I understand the gotta hold it in my hand thing. Sarah. But on the other hand, despite the fact that a number of people my age don't care for digital, I don't wear these just because they give my face character. All right. I appreciate digital because one, it looks so much better than on than on paper. Even with the nice paper that a lot of major companies are using. Also, the price is incredibly less. I would rather pay $2 for a digital comic than $4 or $5. And this might be a way also, digital being what it is, we might be able to hold the line on comic prices for virtually forever. Plus, on Comixology, I'm replacing a number of my print editions with digital because, like I said, it's easier to read. It looks better. And, I'm going to get that thing about, the smell of an old comic. Yeah, I agree. Somebody ought to bottle that stuff. Ew. Well, not that old, honey. Okay. Yeah. Cookie's back. But anyway, when was the last time you read a review and somebody said, wow, this book ages well, it smells fantastic, or I just picked up the latest J.K. Rowling book and OMG, does it smell good? No, usually when you use the olfactory senses, it's usually in conjunction with this stinks. Anyway, John B. Pike, I tried to get into the Terrifics and it just didn't hook me. I've been reading it mostly in trade paperback on hoopla.com, which ties into my library card, as we frequently say. And I've, I might check out if they do a trade, I'll check that out. But yeah, Terrifics sounded like a good idea, but even with, they've had a couple of great writers on there, like Jeff Lemire and now Gene Yuen. I really like Gene Yuen's work. But it hasn't hooked me either. It's just, there's something about the concept. The only one of the family of books that I really genuinely enjoyed was Silencer, started by John Romita Jr. That was a decent book. And what was another one? And Damage. I think it was called Damage. It was basically it was a Hulk knockoff. That was a total waste of time in print. Seriously, I did not enjoy that one bit. But anyway, I like the initiative, though. I would really like to see DC and Marvel both. I'd like to see them put everything they have in their vaults on digital. I would pay for a lot of that. I really would. And Harley Suffolk, I have DC titles in stock. Let them know what you want to see. And John B. Pica says, I love Metamorpho and Plastic Man, but can't get hep to Mr. Terrific. The premise just didn't work. Yeah, it's like it had a whole bunch of characters I like on their own, but you put them together and they, like you, it just didn't gel for me. I like Mr. Terrific. I've seen some good stuff with him. And of course, I love Plastic Man and Metamorpho. I would love to write a Plastic Man or Metamorpho book one day, but I doubt my chances of getting into DC are very high at this point. I think in the future, says Charles F. Millhouse, DC and maybe Marvel will stop monthly printing and go digital, and then once the story is complete, they release a printed trade paperback. Yeah, that's it. And if you use that digital to amortize the work, I could see a progression of digital first, then the floppy, the 32-page pamphlet, and then into the trade paperback to go into libraries and bookstores. I think there's, and you use the earlier editions to pay for everything else and cut the authors in for a piece of the pie. And this is what the new editor said Paul Roof. Paul, do you have a link to that? I'd really like to see that. I just like checking these things out. I'm not saying you're wrong, Paul. I just like checking these out myself. Because like I said, especially since the COVID-19 started, I've been hearing that Warner's wants, or actually AT&T wants to kill off the print division. I've also heard that Marvel is seriously looking at killing off their print division. I think maybe we might be seeing a change, especially with the distribution shakeup that's going on now. It's going to be interesting, shall we say. Creators are such bitchy little yentas, always spreading rumors. Yeah, Rob Anderson is probably somebody that got fired and said, oh, yo, I'll show them. I'm going to go on the internet and tell everyone they're closing shop. I'll show them. And yes, I hear you, Rob. I couldn't agree more. Marvel, says John B. Pica, did several digital first series and then released in print. Trade paperbacks like Iron Fist and Daughters of the Dragon, a Cage series. Great stuff. Yeah, I remember, this would have been close to 10 years ago, I think. Tom Defalco, who I think is a fantastic writer. He's an amazing editor. Tom Defalco did like some Kid Colt Outlaw stories, and they were fantastic. And that would be a great way to secure your trademark. And actually, I have a secret. I've had a secret notion for 40 years that if Marvel and DC adopted it, they could put out comics forever. You know what that is? I'll tell you. There are people out there that work for DC or Marvel for free. Wouldn't have to pay them royalties. Would just do it for the credits. Would just do it for the fun. All right. And if DC or Marvel adopted that, you'd see the end of the print industry. You really would. Harley Slavic says, I feel old because I've been around during VHS, overhead projectors with overlays, chalkboards, film projectors, plastic food trays, and swearing in PG movies. Dude, I am old enough. I don't remember a rating system. There was no such thing as was it G, PG, R, and X were I think the original four. I can remember a time when those didn't exist. They didn't have a rating system. So yeah, I feel you. Some days I get faced with my own mortality too. John B. Pica says digital serves an important need. Rural areas with no access to a comic shop. Exactly. And right now we're seeing so many comic shops close because of the My Sharona Miley Cyrus that it's getting serious. It really is. And I see these places, especially on Bleeding Cool, that like Rob Anderson said, bitchy Lilietas that I opened my shop, 6 months ago, and I can't get anybody to buy my comics, and I don't want to do curb service, and I don't want to put my discount my books so people might want to give me some money. So I'm going to go to Kickstarter or Indiegogo, and no one's giving me money. It's because you haven't built a community. Look at, if you want to see a textbook model on how to run a shop, I'm serious, and I'm not waxing his car. Sean D. Hilton, the way he's built a real community around Comics Cubed and Kokomo, you should subscribe to that page. Also, he gives to the community so much. He has a scholarship his shop runs. How many of these other people that are complaining to Bleeding Cool about having to shutter their doors have a way to give forward to the community? In fact, what was it? Sean is able to take advantage of some of the small business loans that the government made through the Small Business Association made possible. And somebody complained on one of the news sites for Kokomo, Indiana, and boy, was it fun to watch her get her comeuppance from the community. And she's going, well, restaurant I like can't get it. Why is he? And everyone's saying, well, here's why. Because Sean has got a huge heart and he's wonderful. So anyway, Harley Slavic says plastic food trays in school instead of foam. Man, I didn't know they were using foam. I suppose next they're going to be intravenous. Rick Bradley says, Robert Beatty, I meant, come on, who doesn't love Bugs Bunny? He's one of my role models, which frightens people when I tell them that. And hi, Cookie, says Rick Bradley. She says. And Charles F. Millhouse says, oh, I'm never getting rid of my old comics, 10K, and I want more. I want more too, but I want room to put them in. Also, I'm reaching a point in my life where I realize I'm not going to be able to reread them all. And I'm looking at some of them and going, why in the name of God did I buy these in the first place? I should have been spending my money on really good books. That was a time when I wasn't terribly selective. So I am winnowing down my collection. In fact, thank you to Sean Hilton for taking care of some of that. But yeah, I've still got some. I still got some stuff. But I'm going through my collection now and thinking, okay, how badly do I need this? How badly do I want to? Will I go back and reread it? Because, like I said, I went back and looked at some of them and went, ooh. So you know how it goes. And Chad Saravi, I'm glad to have you here, Chad. Mispronounced your last name, I'm sure, but I hope you're having a good morning so far. And David Atkins didn't see you sneak in. Well, does David Atkins have anything to say? Well, good gosh almighty, he does. Here is what the virus taught David Atkins. Libraries are way more needed than suspected by politicians and the public. I've recently spent a lot on book references for art because one book versus printed by page is much cheaper, but still expensive. Also, my library just grew. Well, that's cool. David, do you know about hoopla.com? It is a website where you can tie if your library subscribes to that service, such as mine, you can check out stuff. And right now, during the COVID-19 thing, they're allowing 30 checkouts per month. And they have a searchable list of books and everything. And you can read comic books, individual comic books, as well as graphic novels. Check out movies, check out audiobooks, including Big Finish Doctor Who, hint, hint, and all kinds of good stuff. So definitely recommend it. If you have a library card, check out hoopla.com. Paul S. Ruff says, the news is if digital don't work out, they will start renting the characters. So the so-called indies I can't read on digital because 5 minutes later I'll be puking for a week because of the migraines it gives me. Well, adjust your brightness, dude. That will help. Plus, I understand there are special, you can get like a coating for your glasses that makes it less harmful to your eyes. But yeah, well, the thing is, Marvel's already started. Marvel rented out a couple of their IPs to IDW, I believe it was, and IDW is actually doing young reader versions. I'd take out a license for one of those. I have one. I'm serious, and I'm so serious when I say this. I would get the digital rights to do Night Nurse. I loved Night Nurse back in the 70s when Roy Thomas took over Marvel from Stan Lee. It was about a woman, her name was Linda Carter, who had, it was about her work as a hospital nurse. And it was really, really good drama. I really enjoyed it. And Rick Bradley agrees. Well, if you disagree with me, though, you're both wrong. You'll have time to rethink it. And Plastic Can't Smell says, Harley something. I knew what you meant, Harley. I knew what you meant. And hashtag Cookie is home. For the day at least, Charles. She didn't want to be home this quick, though. She works at as everyone knows, she works at a restaurant, and they are easing into reopening. I keep saying she's going to get busy in the next couple of days, though, because Memorial Day is this weekend, I believe. Yeah, so she's going to get. She's gonna start missing me, I think, towards the weekend. And John B. Pica, and digital allows you to try titles you might not normally at a discount. That's true. And you might fall in love with the title and, like me, pick up back issues or trades in print. Yeah, I do that too, John. And I just recently started getting some stuff through Comixology, which you get them at the right time. It's tough to pay full price for a lot of stuff because they have sales constantly from major publishers. And yeah, I'd like to replace a lot of my my comic books digitally. I really would, because I will. There'll be stuff I will go back and reread, and it's amazing the selection that's out there. Just DC and Marvel. Marvel even has some of their stuff and DC both stuff from the 50s and 40s. So definitely worth checking out. John B. Pica, out of that DC initiative, the new Challengers was worthwhile. Immortal Men was outstanding. Immortal Men was better than I thought it was, but still didn't click with me, though. But new Challengers, I forgot about that. That wasn't half bad, especially since they brought the original 4 Challengers of the Unknown back into the DCU. And I always loved that iteration of the team. Paul Ruff says, I will try and find it again. I'd appreciate that, Paul. I'm just curious. I really am. Charles F. Millhouse says, John B. Pica may be onto something with digital first and then trades. Marvel did that with Iron Fist, the Phantom Limb, and it was fantastic. Yeah, and I'm thinking it would also be a way to do niche characters and still retain your trademark on them. And let's say, maybe they would let us play in their backyard, and it's like, I would do some Golden Age stuff for them in a heartbeat. I think that would be so much fun. Or somebody that wanted to do, say, a Fantastic Four in the vein of Lee and Kirby. Would that not be awesome? It wouldn't be Lee and Kirby, but it might be fun to read. Harley Slavic says, as a business owner, I am glad I branched out when I did. Yeah, you should always have a diversified income stream, so it does benefit you. David Atkins is going to be swamped today, he says, and soon he'll be filming his normal day of work. Filming your day at work? Holy cow. A lot of artists show their work on YouTube and more, but my problem is they do not start from scratch. Sketching from imagination and scribble is great. That makes comics great. Simple drawing styles dynamically drawn. Do it, man. Do it. Seriously, that sounds that's exciting. Seriously, it does. And next, Tom DeFalco is the most underrated writer in comics, and his work with Ron Frenz is epic. I loved Spider-Girl, and I loved the Thor and Fantastic Four that Tom DeFalco did because he caught the spirit of the early books, seriously. And plus, I will say that I met Tom DeFalco back in one of the old Chicago cons back in the 80s. And I was trying to pitch a couple stories to him, and I learned more about comic book and general story construction in talking to him for a half hour than I learned in 2 years or more of any sort of writing class. He just his knowledge of writing is just like makes your head explode, but he's a genius. And his writing, it's not flashy like a lot of writers, like a Grant Morrison or a Steve Englehart for one of his contemporaries, but it's solid storytelling like a Denny O'Neil. I've got mega respect for Tom DeFalco. I really do. And Charles F. Millhouse, I remember seeing nudity in PG movies like Logan's Run. Yeah, occasionally they would slip those standards every now and then, Brian said happily. Ron Frenz is the best utility artist in comics, kind of the Jim Thorpe of comics. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I love Ron Frenz. One, he's a really friendly guy. I met him a couple times at the show. He's terrific. And I love it because he has got this beautiful synthesis of Jack Kirby and John Buscema, the best I have ever seen anywhere. And he was drawing one of the Superman titles for a year, and don't think it didn't make my heart beat glad to see it. Seriously. Comics Cubed is a model comic store, says Rick Bradley, that people should emulate. And also they should check out his show on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, and pick up some really cool stuff, and frequently inexpensively. And honestly, I have tried everything, says Paul Ruff. Well, it's like football. You got to run the play till you get it right. Believe me, I know. And Paul Ruff, the Marvel is already licensing their characters to IDW. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing them do more. And in the past, DC and Marvel, both companies, at one point or another, have tried to interest the other one into licensing their properties. What was it? I think in the early 80s, DC contacted Marvel at one point about licensing like Superman and Batman and the Justice League and all. And then I think just shortly, I could have the timeline wrong, but I'm thinking the reverse was true about the time that Marvel was entering its bankruptcy phase in the 90s. They were looking at DC to take some of their IPs and put them out themselves. Robert Bay says the first PG-13 was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. The film was too dark for PG and wasn't dark enough for R. That's true. I remember reading somewhere, whether it's true or not, that Steven Spielberg basically pressured the movie ratings company into creating PG-13 because he didn't want that R rating. He knew that would kill sales for him, which, as I try to do general all ages stuff, or at least mostly all ages, in that I think it seriously limits my audience if I put in hardcore sex and swearing and stuff. So I don't do that. And that's what Spielberg was looking at. John B. Pike, a night nurse has become a cornerstone of the MCU. In the Netflix MCU, she was called Claire Temple and was the common thread. Yeah, that's true. And I remember reading in the Daredevil, I think by Brian Michael Bendis, it isn't Claire Temple, I don't think, but there is a night nurse who serves like an official function, like with S.H.I.E.L.D. or something, and she is basically the doctor to the superheroes because she understands superhero physiognomy and all that stuff. But I love the original. I really do. It is so cool. It is a great, great concept. And let's move on with your comments. Also, Comixology, if you are an unlimited subscriber, you get an additional 15% off the price. I'm seriously looking at that. I really am, because I plan to replace a great deal of my collection with comics. I don't think I'll get rid of all of them. There's a couple I want to keep forever. But there's a lot of them I would definitely get a replacement for and be able to carry it, here's my comic collection. Don't think that isn't attractive. I'm telling you that right now. And let's catch up. Have we talked to everyone? Oh, Nick Tockert has joined us. Nick, glad to have you here. Hope you are having a great morning so far. And let's catch up with your comments. I'm only a few minutes behind. Harley Slavic, if you are bored and you need something to do, contact harleyslavic@gmail.com to what you can get to entertain yourself and the kids, or the kids either. Keep them, give them a electronic babysitter. Contact harleyslavic@gmail.com. Bill Sarn says, gotta get going. I got a few irons in the fire, and Tiger Woods is pretty pissed off about it. Shame on you, Bill. I'll see everyone tonight on Clever Title Pending at 8 p.m. 7 Central. Via con dias amigos. Bill, have a productive day. Have a great day, my friend. You Be good. And Charles F. Millhouse, everyone have a productive day. I'll see you all tonight on Clever Title Pending at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yes, you will. I'll be there too, along with Cindy Kep. We are going to have a great show tonight. Looking forward to talking to you, Charles, and to Cindy. It's going to be fun. So please join us tonight on Clever Title Pending, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Harley Slavic, if I did comics, I would create a store with the Human Torch android, or a story with a Human Torch android. I like that too. I seriously would do, or early Strange Tales where he tried to have a secret identity, and like about 6 months in, everybody's like, Johnny, we know who you are, okay? It's like you're in the news all the time, you idiot. Anyway, story, I guessed right. I speak Harley Ease. John B. Pica, if I could license the C-list Avengers characters, I would in a heartbeat. I have great series in mind, and I actually pitched to Marvel a while ago. They rejected it, but I would love to bring it to life under a license. That would be cool. That would be, and I could see doing that. Maybe guarantee a portion of the take, or I could see like the A-list characters. You have to pay them like scads of money. B-list characters, maybe a little less, and get down to the C level and D level. Mine's more like the HF. Mine is more like the HIJ level, like Night Nurse. But I can see licensing some of those stories to people just to keep their IPs active. And, I think a lot good could come from that. Paul Ruff, never mind Bill Morrison, no longer the editor for DC. Yeah, Bill Morrison was fired several months ago in a purge. That's when close to a year ago, that's when Mad Magazine started doing more reprints. I don't think they've gone completely reprint yet, but the last issue I bought was probably about half to 2/3 reprint, which is what we expected. But yeah, and they let him go, and who is it? Brian Chiarello, who has been doing a lot of work for DC and is a highly respected colorist and production person. Was doing The Flash for a while, drawing that and co-writing that. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff that a lot of people that were let go. So I don't know about that. I would be interested in that link still. Ron Friends, like Kirby, says John Pica, Infantino and Buscema literally captures the movement on the page. It literally explodes off the page. Yeah, what a sense of movement he's got. And let's see, Harley Slavic says, here's a link to my movie cinema page on Facebook, the Movie House Cinema. Check it out, please. And regarding moving ratings, they are meaningless today, says John B. Pica. Pretty much so. And that is right. In the comics, Night Nurse is the medical professional to the heroes. And it's a good name to, it's really a great name. But like I said, I would go back to the original. I usually do in a lot of these cases. And before I go, the League of Impossibles webcomic is going to start dropping weekly next week on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/impossibles and support John B. Pica in all of his creative endeavors. Thank you for sharing that, John. And I would love to do a movie at some point. Hey, the technology is out there. In fact, what was it? There was a movie like about a year or two ago. Somebody shot it on their cell phone, actually. And it got decent reviews. So that was, I think that would be great. And let's see. And okay. Or Mr. A movie. The Ditko character. Oh my God. That would be beautiful. I would license The Question too. I seriously would. That would be fun. So, but anyway, we are closing in on 2 hours here. Holy cats. And let's see. Ditko's Mr. A. I was confused for a moment, but yeah, that would be great. I can't find the tweet. Figure they made him take it down. Could be Paul, or he found out different. But anyway, thank you for sharing that, because you sparked a great discussion, I think. David Atkins says, sorry, I'm unable to talk or text as much as normal, but I'm currently finishing up a 17-inch portrait, a 1937 and 1932 coupe people, and a little more in the drawing this time. We'll post the update later tonight. I'll look forward to seeing that, David. Plus, I'm going to write another chapter. You do that, young man. I've got some writing to do, too. Plus, I've got to get ready for Clever Title Pending tonight. We are going to be having some really cool people. You will be glad you showed up. It'll be 8 p.m. tonight, 7 p.m. Central. We are going to have Cindy Kep and Charles F. Millhouse. I am so looking forward to talking to those two. Got to get some really cool questions, but I know I don't have to work that hard because I'm going to point at the person who's going to come up with the best questions. Yeah, you show up tonight. Bring your questions. This is a chance to interrogate two experienced authors and how they do what they do, how they get into print, how they stay in print, and how they promote their work. It's a great chance for you to hear the news from somebody other than me. Okay, so check it out. 8 o'clock tonight, or 7 p.m. Central on Clever Title Pending tonight. Also, while we're closing up things, I still like that Mr. A idea. I love it, Harley. Anyway, just to keep you posted on some stuff, don't forget tonight or every time you open up your computer, go to the Rising Tide Publications page. We post at least 2 fresh things a day. Plus, we share all of our broadcasts on there, including Nevermind the Furthermore or Clever Title Pending. Also, go to risingtide.pub where you can get a complete inventory of our publications, and you can sign up for our monthly newsletter, the next issue going out June 1st. And here we go. Harley Slavic says, to start my acting career, I'm going to do a movie myself at some point. I hope so. And Robert Beatty, thank you, brother. Bring Cookie home. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. And Robert, we're keeping tabs on the stuff going on in Illinois right now. It's making a lot of people nervous, me included. So stay safe, brother, no matter what. All right. I'm going to have to insist on that. So anyway, that's what we got going right now. And everyone have a good day. Brian, I'll be talking to you soon. Paul, I'm going to greet Cookie, and then I'll give you a shout. Okay. And then I'm going to get to work on my own day. Don't forget Rising Tide Publications here on Facebook, also risingtide.pub, where you can check out what we do, and you can sign up for my newsletter at the same time, for which I'd be grateful. And also check out our Camouflage 61821 channel on YouTube. We are looking for 100 subscribers by the end of the month, and we're well on our way, and we thank you very much for that. Do appreciate that. And we will be doing some original broadcasting on that channel too soon. That I hope you'll enjoy and hope you get something from it. So anyway, we're going to say everyone take care and stay creative. Rick Bradley, you do the same, brother. Anyway, I've got a whole bunch of stuff I've got to get done, and I know you do too. So anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in this morning to Nevermind the Furthermore. We hope you have an excellent day, and we will see you tonight on Clever Title Pending, or if nothing else, we will see you tomorrow on Nevermind the Furthermore with me, Brian K. Morris. So remember, everybody, stay smart, stay safe, wash your damn hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow on Nevermind the Furthermore. Have a great day, everyone.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!